How you doing? Today we're going to be printing on Epson canvas satin. This is absolutely one of my favorite papers or media type, and we're just going to have some fun with this and get this printed. This is one that I just printed a few days ago while I was, out choosing life. Why not? And these are older ones that I printed. So let's go ahead and print. And one of the most important things that you can remember to do, this is going to be a little canvas gallery wrap, and the first thing I see is just a tiny little error, and I just need to fix this real quick. And one day, I think that's what it is one day when you're older. Let me go to Control T, just so we can center this, right? Because it has to be centered, pal. That's perfect. Perfect for a canvas gallery wrap. And the only thing that I hope is that I don't wrap this so small that the wrap, what I'm trying to say is that I hope that the wrap isn't larger than the print. So I'm just gonna put you down here for a second and just finish that. Bear with me. We're gonna go like this, hit this here, and we want to just move that, and now we're gonna center this, and that's perfect. Okay. So perception, right? Perception's always something we have to focus on and make sure that our spelling is correct, right? Because you don't want a grammatical error. I think there's a grammatical error or a space error right here. Let's go back one till my... There you go. Okay, that's ready to print now. All of our settings are already set up because I've spent so much time on this. And this is a canvas gallery wrap. Now we should have a preview here in just a moment. And that's gonna look exactly like I wanted. I'll be able to fold the ends and then hit print. And once again, an exhibition canvas satin print, and I think we should be okay. So earlier, you have to pay attention because anytime that you're printing, right, you could end up, with a entire nozzle check issue. So every time you print, right, you definitely want to make sure that you do a nozzle check prior. And here we have an auto nozzle check, and I know that I waste a lot of ink doing this, and you absolutely do, but you just want to make sure that your printer is printing correctly, right? So earlier today, I don't have it, so when I started this earlier, I realized that, oh my gosh, I lost my cyan and my VM. And so previous, we are just making sure that now that channel's printing, and what it's gonna do is come back and clean up those tiny little dots right there that are within your nozzle check pattern. And so a lot of people turn that feature off. And yes, I absolutely could have gotten by with that in a print, but it's just not something I like to deal with. I like perfect prints every time. And that's really the only way to get matching flesh tones, as you can see here. Now, earlier today, with this printer, we were getting ready to flush the print head, and I did a nozzle check and I lost that C and VM. So I took the print head out, put another print head in, switch the inks, and then I'll show you what happened. I made a little error that kind of got me pretty good. And the error that I made is something that I forgot to do, because, you know, if anybody's going to forget to do something, right, it's going to be me. Well, the error that I did is I forgot to change the paper setting type that kind of elevates the platen a little bit and elevates the print head. And so, obviously, as I'm printing with this, I put this down somewhere. I forgot where it went. I'd love to show it to you. It's right here. Let me put this down. And this is what happens right here and right here if you don't set your paper type correctly, right? And that setting that paper type correctly will elevate the gap on here. And you can see for matte black, right, the entire nozzle check was perfect. But you know, we're going to solve that right now, so apologize about this, but it's a good lesson, right? It doesn't matter. Even if this were DTF, right, you should want to clean your printer before every print. And the 4900 is one of those that likes to be super clean, no problems. It's not like some of the other LEP 6000 printers where you can be missing half of a nozzle on a nozzle check print, and that thing will still print perfectly. This one's a little more direct. I mean, it's a very, very intricate printer that if you you could turn this off and just print right away, no problems whatsoever. But I just want this thing set up. It's going out the door and en route to Connecticut. And so before I take this to Connecticut, I want to make sure everything functions properly and we're printing pretty good and like the way I want. Now this is an F570, and here in just a few moments I'm going to do another print, and I'm going to teach you how to print on the Epson 570 to get perfect colors every time, because as you know, the secret to our business is in using our X-Rite color profiler, and when you're printing DTF, there's really no way to do that unless you profile your colors. But when you're sublimating, all these people seem to be having trouble printing from the Epson F570, and they're saying, Ernest, I can't get my colors to match, and you know, everything's wrong. Well, there's going to be a few things that are wrong until you get the right settings. So I want to come back and do another video and walk you through that. Until then, we'll just kind of sit back and let this thing do its magic. I really don't want to put that there on my standard photo. And then we're going to just sit back and watch this beautiful printer work. And I honestly, want to tell you guys that this is a canvas gallery wrap, so we're going to staple it together. We're going to come back and really have some fun with this. And you know, all the ends on a canvas gallery wrap, check this one out right here. It's my wives and I. And you know, on a canvas gallery wrap, you end up wrapping your canvas like we did right there. So it's a very cool print, very wonderful to print with. And also we make these as well. If you guys would like metal bracket prints, you know, hit us up. These are very fun to make. We make these right here. And we can either put, you know, bracket holes in those, or let's walk you over here really quick. And so we can either put bracket holes up in there, just like this, right here. And this is a metal print. And just look at the quality of that thing. And I know it's kind of out of focus, but I'm sure YouTube will fix that problem. Maybe I can go backwards and then forward. There you go. What a beautiful print. So if you'd like metal prints, you know, and I do these all the way up to 24 inches and even 44 inches. So if you'd like one of those printed, or maybe you would like one custom cut, we can do that for you as well. Let's take a look at our print. Oh, I can tell you this is going to be amazing, everybody. It's kind of really too bad I can't get a stand to just, maybe if we just put, no, it's too close, huh? I love to print. Printing is one of my favorite things to do. It's actually become an obsession, if you will, because I just can't stop printing. And I know a lot of you are out there like that. I want to show you something. This shirt here, I've printed back in, printed back in June of last year almost. And I've washed that shirt hundreds of times and it's held up. Beautiful print. I just want to see something. We're going to go like that to make sure that any live chats or questions are going on. Now, this print right here is printed at a maximum resolution, and I got to tell you, man, it looks incredible. Oh my freaking goodness. And let me just grab something over here in my mess. I think it's right over here. Grab my glove. I should have printed this even larger. There's all kinds of prints around here somewhere. You know, I've got prints of my son on his first airplane trip, and I don't think my wife put that up anywhere. Which that should be out. It looks like this one right here. And I just don't know where the print is. I have no clue where they put it. So this printer's in matte black, and then this one here is in photo black. So now, and this one here, I have a brand new print head that I'm putting right into it here in a little bit. And I was asked not to give instructions how to put this print head in. It is pretty painful, so I don't want to do a live video. I've done that at the P600, P800, 3880 in different units. So we're just going to take a look right here. And then, darn, did I put that setting wrong there? Okay, let's go like this. I'm going to start the video and come right back because I'm on a wrong paper setting. So on a wrong paper setting, my greens aren't green. So I'm going to come right back to you guys and then do this again. Stand by.